We are going back on the trail in 2025. We leave in a few weeks. And in this video, we're going to talk about the clothing that we're bringing on the trail. And we want to kind of talk about the mistakes that we made the first time we were both on trail. So Jason was on trail in 2019. 2019? Yeah.
That's when I was, yes.
Yes. When was I on the trail?
A couple years ago.
What year?
2022.
2022. So I'm going to go first and then Jason. The last time I was on the Pacific Crest Trail 3 years ago, I would say I was a fairly beginner hiker, just learning about gear and what clothes works for me. And now, 3 years later, I think I've got it down. I think. So the question is, what have I learned and what am I going to take for this year on the Pacific Crest Trail in terms of my clothes? Let's start with my shoes. I'm going to give you a guess as to what shoes I picked. The Ultra Loaned Peaks, the Zero Drop. There are some really good features about it that I liked. The wide toes. I did not find any difference between Zero Drop shoes or just regular shoes in terms of any injuries or anything like that with plantar fasciitis or Achilles tendonitis. But what I did notice is that the soles were very thin and they hurt my feet when I was stepping over rocks. That was the most complaint I had with those shoes. So I swapped them out in Wrightwood for Ultra Olympic. That's what they had. Since being on that trail, I did find a pair of trail runners that I like, and they are Holkas. I bought these at the Mountain Equipment Co-op. They were on sale for $115. I haven't actually worn them yet, but I can start training with these babies. I did buy a pair of insoles for them. I do have high arches, so I like the Super Feet. I bought these when I was on the Pacific Crest Trail and they seem to work just fine. So I bought them again for these shoes. Hopefully they will be okay. It's just trial and error when it comes to shoes. Sometimes your feet agrees, sometimes they don't. I have a whole size bigger than my foot size in these, just because that was what was available. The next important thing for your feet are socks. Let's have a look at my feet. I really like the Indingi toe socks. They're a little bit of work to get on and off, but I find that having something in between my toes like this prevents my toes from rubbing and getting blisters. Shorts. I love these shorts. They have lots of pockets in them, all zippers, so I can put my cell phone in there, chapstick, snacks. Very functional, unlike the last pair of shorts that I brought on the Pacific Crest Trail, which were basic running shorts that I bought at the thrift store. They had no pockets. They were pretty useless, really. Nice and light, but I couldn't do anything with them. So these are much better. I do have a nice belt to go with it, and then it's nice and stretchy, so I can make sure that everything stays up onto my hips as I'm hiking along. So these are my shorts. My shirt this time is my OR shirt. I bought it on sale and they happen to match my shoes. Very excited about that. I like these because they have the thumb holes and also the hoodie. So I will have a baseball hat on and then I can have a hoodie to better protect my face. I'm trying to go a little bit more styling this time. The last time I had this big hat, it was very functional, but maybe not the most styling thing. So I'm going to up my styling game this year on the trail. But I do like this as nice and light. As you can see, it's a bit see-through. I just have my sports bra underneath. And I do have a merino wool tank top that I wore back in 2022, and I'm going to wear for this shirt as well. And what that does is helps soak up the sweat, so this doesn't actually get wet or feel wet, especially when you stop. I don't like that feeling of wetness. So the merino wool tank top always kept me cool and soaked up that sweat when I was hiking. So I will have to find it and wear that as well. Speaking of sun, I do have some sun gloves from when I hiked 3 years ago. I think they're in here. I bought these off of Amazon. I like that they're grippy for using the poles. They helped keep the sun off of the back of my hands. So if you don't have sun gloves, I recommend you getting these. They were, I don't know, less than $10, and they keep your hands nice and cool and the sun off of them. For a mid layer, I do have this nice long sleeve fleecy material, but it's nice and thin, but it is so warm. And the best part is I got it at the thrift store. The best thing about living in a mountain town where people hike and go camping and do all of the outdoors activities, that the thrift store is stocked with gear like this. And you pay a quarter of the price if you bought it brand new. And this is relatively new. It's not worn at all. So I'm really excited to have found this because it packs nice and small and it doesn't take up a lot of room like a flannel sweater would. So this will be my mid layer. I do have my raincoat for the Pacific Crest Trail that I bought in 2021. Could use a replacement, but this is what I have. This is what I'm going to bring. And it's a Patagonian raincoat. It's nice to have as an extra layer in the morning when I'm hiking and starting out. And it will be just fine for what I need it for. I am going to bring a full-on plastic poncho, but the poncho is more going to be a ground sheet for my tent. And as a backup, if it rains, I can throw that poncho on as well because I really don't think this will keep me all that dry anymore. But the poncho will be my backup. And the last layer for my upper body is my puffy jacket. This is my Mammut puffy jacket. It is not synthetic. It is down, so that means that if it gets wet, it's not going to keep me very warm. The last jacket that I had on the Pacific Crest Trail was synthetic. It was fine, but this one is much warmer, and I'm going to take it with me. Packs down nice and small, so I should be nice and warm at the top half of myself. Now, if you don't have one of these, get one. I just like the thin ones for the PCT, but I can use it for tying my hair back like a bandana around my neck to prevent chafing from my clothes, keep me warm in the morning. I can use it just to have around my wrist for whatever reason. Very versatile and useful. You can use it as a washcloth as well. So if you don't have one of these, you could go to the dollar store, buy them really cheap, even have a couple if you need to. And you can even use it for first aid as well if you need to. So get yourself a buff. You will not regret it. Also, I'm going to have a toque and gloves because my hands always get cold. The last time I always just wore my extra pairs of socks until I warmed up, and that seemed to work. Maybe I'll just do that. I'll just wear socks on my hands. The less you have in your pack, the better. I always struggle with pants. I still do. I've just decided that I do like hiking in tights. I like feeling everything is sucked in tight, and I like that the material is not rubbing on my legs. So I do have a pair of these Lululemons that I bought for work, and I'm going to wear them for hiking because I have them. I don't want to spend any more money. What I like about them is that they will wick sweat off. They may not be the warmest though in the colder temperatures, so I'm a little worried about that, but I do have a pair of sleep pants that I can always pull on top if I need to. But these do have nice pockets to keep snacks or my phone or whatever. And the last time I was on the PCT, I did wear a line Lululemons. I love them. But they didn't have any pockets, so this is better. A few extra things in my clothing bag will be sleep socks and then 2 extra pair of hiking socks. I like to switch up my socks throughout the day to keep my feet nice and dry to prevent blisters, so I always have lots of extra socks. I have an extra t-shirt. If I don't want to wear this, I have an extra one. And last but not least, my sleep clothes. This is my merino wool long sleeve shirt, and again, if I get cold, I can use this as another layer for hiking in. And then I have these old Align Lululemon pants that will be fine for sleeping. I don't like sleeping in merino wool. I find it just a tad too itchy, but these are nice because they will keep me warm. They're not itchy, and I can throw these over if I need an extra layer for my legs. So that is what I'm wearing on the PCT. Hopefully it's a little bit more functional than the last time I was on there.
So everybody on the PCT always wears shoes. Because I have one arm, boots are way easier for me to do up. Not only that, is that I have granny ankles. The boots give me a lot more support. I find too, I can never get the shoes done up properly, tight enough. So I don't feel very stable or secure in them. So I like boots, and I don't really notice the difference, to be honest. I mean, I'm just more comfortable in boots. And I wore boots the first time, except I wore leather boots and they were very heavy. And these ones are quite a bit lighter. For socks, I've always liked icebreaker socks. Better than the Darn Tough. They seem to fit better. I don't know if they last any longer, but they have a lifetime warranty. You got to keep the receipt for them now, and then you can get them in exchange. I tend to rip them because I'm pulling them on with one hand, so I'm not getting both sides. So they tend to rip on one side. Generally for the desert and stuff, I will be wearing like an OR sun shirt. I love this thing. It dries quick because I sweat a lot. And the other thing too, I'll be wearing these Norama shorts. I love them. They're very durable. They're also ladies. They fit me better. Didn't have a very good durable short. So by the time I got to Red Meadows, my shorts were in complete rags. These I found like they handle the volcanic rock. So if you're sliding on your bum or anything, they tend not to rip very easily. And they're very durable. And I find they're the only pair of shorts that I've been able to wear that I can wear without any underwear. Oh, another thing too is that the Fall Raven shorts that I had, they were a tan color. And they got so dirty and stained, like in my nethers, that they looked absolutely horrific. Yeah, it didn't look very nice. So I would go with a darker color for the Sierras. I'm going to go with my Patagonia pants because I have big calves, and I kept on hitting my calf with my boot, and I just wore them out. They were just completely scabbed right over by the time I got to Red Meadows. And so I'm going to wear a pair of pants. I like these Patagonia pants. They're stretchy. They got boot clips, so they clip into your shoelaces, so they act like a gaiter. So like I could wear them in the desert and never get sand in my boots. And these pants have lasted me, this will be my third season, so they're very durable. And I've done some hard miles in the Canadian Rockies. So the other thing I'm going to wear instead of a puffy, I'm bringing this Orvox jacket. It's a merino wool hoodie. And then I have an Orvox vest that I'm going to wear. So like I can just put my vest on in the evening to keep warm. And this is really warm. I wear it in the wintertime all the time, and I seem to stay warm. My biggest fail that I did was I wore a pair of X Armor underwear, that X Armor spandex, and I got severely irritated in my area. It took me a long time to get rid of it. I couldn't figure out whether it was the Fall Raven shorts that I wore, it was just too much heat, but it was actually the underwear. As soon as I switched my underwear out, it cleared up. I tried them again later on, and it came back. Like it was just the underwear itself that affected me. Otherwise, I've never had any issues. Again, my boots were bad. I had a pair of handwags. They're really heavy. They never dried out. They couldn't handle punishment at all. So we'll see how I do and if I get through the Sierras this time. That again.
that's it for my clothing setup.
We hope that this video helps you on your through hike or any hike. Bottom line is it's trial and error whenever you go hiking to find the right shoes, the right clothes. You want to find something that's comfortable and functional. A little styling would be nice too. But we hope that this
Durable.
durable style.
Yeah, because stuff wrecks really quick.
If you're going to spend some money on your clothes, you want to make sure that it's functional and durable to sustain your hike. So I hope that this helps you and give you some ideas of what to do or what not to do. And leave a comment below if you are struggling finding what you want to wear for the Pacific Crest Trail or any hike. I would love to hear from you. Anything else you want to say?
I'm still struggling. I don't know what to do. Wear boots or shoes.
Yeah, he was in the store yesterday trying on shoes and wondering, because he's going to need a new pair at some point along the trail.
I tried shoes today, and they...
Oh, did you? Nothing that you're loving?
Well, it's actually the cheap pair of Ultras that you got me
Oh,
with my insoles for my boots.
there you go. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, a good point is at home, try on different shoes. On the trail, there's usually Hoka's, Ultras, or there's one more that the stores tend to resupply. But you want to kind of know what your feet like while you're at home. And then when you're on the trail, it's easy to go to REI and get them to send them to you so you're not like guessing what footwear, or you're stuck with whatever's in the store and you're not really sure if it's going to work or not. But like I said, it's just trial and error, and I hope you guys have a good hike. Stay safe. Until the next time.